All right, Kenman here, and today we have a little featurette of a knife sent to me from Lanyard Man. If you would like to see the entire box unboxing of the box video, I'll link that in the description, but this is one of the ones that was in there. Let's check it out. The Neuron by Vero Engineering. We have a stone-washed blade, left-handed variant. Let's check it out. Boom. All right. So, what are we looking at here? The Vero Engineering Neuron has an M390 blade and a titanium set of scales there. They're kind of skeletonized for weight reduction. I can see down in there. I don't know if I can show that on camera. But, yeah, titanium and M390. Really nice looking blade right there. It is an interesting one as well. There is no lock. This is what they have, or what they call a non-locking double detent. So it's got a detent at the top, it's got a detent at the bottom, or scratch that, reverse it, play it back. Yeah, it's so it flings out and it holds it up there, and then you get a little push and then it shoots it back down. So you've got kind of the detent right here, bing, bing, and then the detent up here, bang, bang. See that? And it just kind of clicks in. And so you can get up here with your index finger and just give it a little push. I'm not very good at it. I actually cut myself on it the first day, kind of playing around with it, but you're supposed to be able to kind of whip it up, whip it shut, whip it up, whip it shut. Double detent. Flicks out. There's kind of a notch groove, not a hole, not really quite a fuller on both sides there, so you can get in there for the access. Flick it out fairly easy. Push it shut. I can thumb it out with that. Now you're going to be careful. Trying to get in here is where you kind of want to get in like you're going to do a normal liner lock, but I feel like then once it gives away of that detent, you're putting a little pressure on it. You might be able to swing it around and cut yourself. So it's something you got to kind of pay attention to. There is a front flipper, so there is some interesting action. You just got to remember you're doing a different close. There is a rear flipper tab. Works good. Close it up. Front flipper. I hit that first one. Front flipper does work. Close it back up. Like I said, thumb it out. Flick it out. There, I kind of rolled it back shut there. But you can see, as long as you keep everything out of the way and just kind of get just that little push, boom, closed. Open, closed. It's a little practice. It's a newer thing. I'm noticing sometimes I get a little bump. It'll sit out like that and get it to pop back in. The detent is strong enough, though, that if you do it just at that right pressure, a little weak or a little strong, doesn't work every time, but you can get it to work fairly well. This is a fully lefty version, so if you look on the box, variants, you've got the Neuron lefty, and the Neuron non-flipper. So I'm not sure how different the non-flipper is, if it just has just a groove for flicking and thumbing out, or how different it is. Comment below if you've seen it. Who's got one of these? Who has some Vero Engineering knives? He had a few of them in that box, some really cool ones. Lefties, which are all pretty awesome for me, as I am a lefty. It's cool when companies make versions specifically for us, I guess. Comment below, what do you feel about this? You like this type of a knife? Think that lock, that non-locking double detent is a cool feature? Do you have one? What am I missing about it that I could do to make it work better? I'm interested in it. It's a fascinating. I prefer a locking knife, but you know, one that I've been getting into the friction folders more lately without hijacking right now. But these the friction style folders. I'm a collector, and I like to find different styles and varieties. This is one I may want to pick up in the future, or continue looking at this style and kind of get to know. Like I said, once you start getting comfortable with it, it seems to work fairly good. It's fast though. I can easily see, like I said, I was fidgeting with it and was trying to figure out how the mechanism works, and I kind of came around and caught my pinky. It wasn't a bad cut. I just barely kind of touched it, and enough to, make a little cut. It is a smaller knife, more of a 3-finger for me. If I choke all the way up on this forward section here, I can kind of tuck in and get a full grip on it, but you got to be careful. Like I said, it's not a, if I start pushing with my thumb there, you can get it to kind of break away with that detent. It's not so strong that you're going to be doing a lot of pressure right there. There are some jimps. If you push right on the jimps, it's not so bad. If you get up towards the edge of them, though, you start getting into that where I'm not a fan of a knife that I'm going to be using. If I have a potential, I'm putting pressure on it and it's going to do something like that. It's kind of a little scary. It does swing down, I noticed there. When it's up like that, it's really not too hard to get it to swing, although generally it's tougher to get it to do that and stop so that you can end up swinging it. Once you start breaking it, you're either two-handing it or you don't want to be in here doing it like this, like I said, because it's going to come around. You might be able to have that nail in the way, but I'd prefer just to do it like that. I feel like maybe I might catch my palm on there too. It is a fun little fidgety kind of the fidget factor is there. Flicking out and all the actions on it though are pretty fun. I like the style of the facets on the sides of the titanium. It kind of gives it that round feel. It's got a little more bulk to it so it doesn't feel so thin and small in the hand. It is a nice feeling knife though. I like the style and the design of it too. Clip, it's fully lefty. That clip is stuck on that side. Looks like it's a full titanium clip as well. Blade is centered nicely. Like I said, I showed the detent. It's not super strong, so you can probably talk it fairly easily. Some people aren't fans of that, but this is an interesting non-locking knife, so you're not looking at something that's going to be a big lockup type of a situation. If that's your case, you want to be looking at some other knives or get yourself a fixed blade. Okay. Where is my ruler? Not big. I'm going to put her this way. That clip up here keeps it a little flatter, a little easier for me. 6 3/8 end-to-end. Blade is 2 3/4. You could say it's 3 if you go all the way to those points on the top. Cutting surface is 2 3/4 with a straight edge on this kind of sheep's footy kind of a blade shape. 3 5/8 for the handle length. I forgot to change the batteries on my... See if this keeps working. It's getting low. 0.12. 0.12 kind of carries you there. It kind of drops to 11 at the tip. And then you've got that grind out to the end. Kind of an interesting little point out there. So yeah, we're looking 12.48 for the handle and 9.2 for the thickest. Sorry, that's flashing. That battery is going to be gone by the next time I use that, probably. Where are you, Pyrite? I can't find my Pyrite that I use. Ta-da! For all my comparisons. Nice little CJRB button lock Pyrite. Good little EDC. Nice action to it. Flicks out easy. Does have a lock on it. So if you're looking for something with a lock. Handle and the blade are both maybe 1/2 inch larger. Cutting surface is almost the same with that forward choil. Maybe a little bit longer on the Pyrite. So this is definitely a smaller knife than Neuron. Pyrite's got it beat by quite a little bit there. Quite a little bit? Sure. Mini Pyrite is a little bit smaller, so there you go. But yeah, it's a nice knife. It's a fun one. A little bit smaller, but fidget factor is there with that double detent. I would like to continue to mess around with that. I guess I didn't really say the, it does say Vero there, Vero on the clip, and it's got this numbered number 128 right there, but it's a pretty clean design. I like it. I like it when they don't put too much on the blade or anything to distract. That captive pivot is nice on there. Fun stuff. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.